If you're a thrill seeker who loves the unknown, the thrill of stepping into places where few dare to tread, then this spine-tingling tale of urban exploration gone wrong is right up your alley. Urban exploration, or urbex as it's often called, is a hobby that attracts those with a taste for adventure and a curiosity about the forgotten corners of our world. These explorers venture into abandoned buildings, decaying factories, and other derelict structures, seeking to uncover the stories hidden within their walls. But sometimes the stories they find are more than they bargained for. This particular story takes place on a dark and stormy night, the kind of night that seems tailor-made for a ghost story. The rain was coming down in sheets and the wind howled through the empty streets, creating an eerie symphony that set the stage for the events that were about to unfold. Our protagonist, Lucy, was an experienced urban explorer, always on the lookout for her next adventure. She had heard rumors about an old, abandoned apartment building on the outskirts of town, a place that the locals avoided at all costs. Intrigued by the stories, she decided to investigate. On that rainy evening, armed with only a flashlight and a camera, Lucy made her way to the decrepit apartment building. The structure loomed before her, its windows dark and empty, like the eyes of a long-forgotten ghost. The rain soaked her to the bone, but she pressed on, driven by a mixture of curiosity and excitement. As she approached the entrance, she couldn't help but feel a shiver of anticipation. What secrets lay hidden within those crumbling walls? What stories would she uncover? Stepping inside, Lucy was immediately struck by the oppressive atmosphere. The air was thick with the smell of mildew, and the sound of dripping water echoed through the silent halls, creating a sense of unease. The building had been abandoned for years, and it showed. The walls were covered in mold, and the floor was littered with debris. As she made her way deeper into the building, the sense of isolation grew stronger. It was as if the building itself was alive, watching her every move. Drawn to a door on the third floor, Lucy pushed it open to find a child's bedroom, frozen in time. The room was a stark contrast to the rest of the building, as if it had been preserved by some unseen force. Dust-covered toys lay scattered across the floor, and the walls were adorned with faded posters of long-forgotten cartoon characters. It was a hauntingly beautiful sight, a glimpse into a past that had been lost to time. But it was the worn-out doll on a small chair that truly caught her eye. The doll was old and tattered, its once bright colors faded by the passage of time. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow her every move, giving it an eerie, almost lifelike quality. Lucy couldn't shake the feeling that the doll was watching her, judging her. She tried to ignore the sensation, but it was impossible to shake. The room seemed to grow colder and the shadows lengthened, as if the building itself was reacting to her presence. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow her every move. The feeling of being watched was almost palpable, and Lucy couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. She had encountered many strange and unsettling things in her years of urban exploration, but this was different. There was something about the doll that seemed to defy explanation, something that sent a chill down her spine. She knew she should leave, but her curiosity got the better of her. Ignoring the chill that had settled in her bones, Lucy began to search the room for clues. She rifled through the dusty toys and old books, hoping to find something that would shed light on the history of the building. It was then that she discovered an old journal, hidden beneath a pile of forgotten treasures. The journal was worn and tattered, its pages yellowed with age. As she opened it, she was struck by the childish handwriting that filled its pages. In a child's handwriting, it told of a girl named Emily and her fear of the doll that whispered to her at night. The entries were filled with tales of sleepless nights and terrifying encounters. As Emily described the doll coming to life and speaking to her in the darkness, Lucy's heart raced as she read the journal, the words sending a chill down her spine. Just then a noise, a soft thud that echoed through the silent room. She looked up to see the doll had fallen from its chair, its eyes staring directly at her. The doll had fallen, eyes staring directly at her. It was as if the doll was trying to communicate with her, to warn her of something. Lucy's mind raced as she tried to make sense of what was happening. Was it possible that the doll was truly haunted, or was it simply a coincidence? She didn't have time to ponder these questions. As the room seemed to grow colder with each passing second, the whispers that Emily had described in her journal began to fill the air, sending shivers down Lucy's spine. As she tried to leave, the door slammed shut with a force that shook the entire room. Panic set in as Lucy realized she was trapped. She pounded on the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, filling her ears with a cacophony of voices. She could feel the presence of something malevolent, something that wanted her to stay. Desperation took hold as she searched for a way out, her mind racing with fear. The room grew colder and the whispers filled the air, growing louder and more insistent. It was as if the very walls were alive, closing in on her. Lucy's breath came in short gasps as she struggled to maintain her composure. She knew she had to find a way out, but the darkness seemed to be closing in on her, suffocating her. The whispers seemed to be coming from all around her, filling her mind with a sense of dread. In a panic, Lucy frantically searched the room for anything that could help her escape. Her eyes fell on the journal and she remembered the key that Emily had mentioned in one of her entries. With trembling hands, she flipped through the pages, hoping to find a clue, and there it was, hidden between the pages of the journal, a small rusty key. She grabbed it and rushed to the door, her heart pounding in her chest. With a sense of urgency, she inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The door creaked open and she fled the building, her mind reeling from the experience. Lucy never returned to the building, but her haunting story became a local legend. The tale of the forgotten doll and the whispers that filled the air spread like wildfire, capturing the imaginations of those who heard it. The building itself became a place of fear and fascination, a symbol of the unknown and the supernatural. People would come from miles around to catch a glimpse of the haunted structure, but few dared to venture inside. Remember, some secrets are best left buried and some places unexplored. The story of Lucy and the forgotten doll serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the shadows. While the thrill of urban exploration can be exhilarating, it's important to remember that some places are best left undisturbed. The whispers of Emily's doll still echo through the halls of the abandoned building, a haunting reminder of the past. If you dare to listen, you may hear them too. The whispers of Emily's doll still echo. If you dare to listen, the story of the forgotten doll is a testament to the power of the unknown. A reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved. As you go about your own adventures, remember to tread carefully and respect the places you explore. You never know what secrets you might uncover, or what spirits you might awaken. The world is full of hidden stories waiting to be discovered, but sometimes it's best to let them remain in the shadows where they belong.